There's no way.
Prepare for battle.
It's a win-loss or all-time 3-1.
Well, that's
No
because
way.
this is, Arkosh, they have, these are their non-cult accounts, right?
Oh, did Rudy also get made a cult account?
I mean, it is a Rudy the Ghost, right? I can't be certain, but...
Yeah. Or, I guess ghosts are part of cults, right? That's what usually... Yeah, I guess so, right?
That would be
do you
my
summon
assumption.
ghosts?
By the way, check out these wards for KBU.
Oh, genius.
Yeah, I think they're very quickly realizing that there's a lot of overlapping coverage between these two
Who did it
wards.
second? Oh, it's actually simultaneous.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
We were put down pretty much at the same time, so it's going to be KBU. Probably regretting that one ever so slightly.
On the bright side, though, Richie, imagine
30
how in
seconds to
sync
battle.
this team is, right? They actually put them in the exact same position. That's really, really clever. That's how much
Yeah.
the team agrees in how to view the map.
They actually went ahead and when they said, where do you want the wards? I annihilate when I want it that way, and he put it right there. That's how in sync they are.
Oh, wow. That was... You're on fire today. Between that and the Spanish joke, it's 10 points for you. Mostly the Spanish joke.
Mostly the
That was pretty
Spanish
good.
joke. I really know how much you would have liked that. I don't think that's the first time you're going to bring it up here in the cast. Nice there, job by Crow.
Oh, look at that.
He's at least going to be able to steal a rune.
Why is he tipping? All right.
Oh my
my
God! Hold
guess-
on. Sorry. Just a major throwback here. Do you see the team tag that this Cap manager man has on the clockwork?
Yeah, it's veggies.
Yeah. Wow.
That was when he started his managing career, actually. Many people think that Cap actually is a caster. That was his goal, but Cap has actually always wanted to be a Dota2 manager. It's just not many teams have given him his opportunities. He's a vegan, so he can only play on veggie esports. Yeah,
Very true.
a lot of life. What also is interesting, by the way, besides the throwback, is they're running different lanes here.
They are.
They're running the Timbersaw versus the Underlord, which should be a better lane than Visage versus Underlord, and then Visage versus CK. I don't think Visage is the best lane, and Timbersaw beats both, but they probably want Timbersaw to have the easier matchup against Underlord. Sorry, they probably want Visage to have the easier matchup against CK rather than sacrificing him against Underlord, where I think it's pretty much a win
Yep.
for Underlord.
Yeah. There's always a little bit of. Well, I think. What is this? Hold on.
Reeking the mother of all omelets.
Wild.
Here, team. Reeking the mother of all omelets here, team. Reeking the mother of all omelets here, team. Can't fret over every egg. Reeking the mother of all omelets. here,
I've
team.
heard this line
Can't
before,
fret
but
over every
what?
egg.
Could you explain it to me? As an American, is it supposed to be like you can't
Oh.
make an omelet without breaking a few eggs? That's the
Reeking
reference?
mother of all omelets here, team. Can't fret
Yes.
over every egg.
I believe so.
I think that's Cap as well, right? I'm
That
pretty
that
sure that's
would
Cap.
be Cap Cass. Yes, that's absolutely correct.
Yes, the caster, not the player.
Yes, the
yeah, yeah.
caster, not the player. Not whoever this guy is on the psychopath support.
Oh, he's Veggie. He's Veggie's manager, so
Yep.
that's what we know, right? He has a history in competitive Dota now.
No, that's how he.
Yeah, that's that's the most wild line when I heard that though, because Arkosh were the pioneers of the meta, right? They're very clear on the weeb lines. That was a good
Yep,
addition
very
to
true.
the meta, right? And then screaming lines, which are good as
Yep.
well, and insults,
Well-
right? Those are the three things.
What was really great as well is that I believe Slacks, of course, the owner and founder of this team, he put on his best, Half-Life 1 scientist impression as well, which was just fantastic. I'm sure the maybe, I don't know who approves the voice lines over at Valve. I'm sure they had quite a laugh when they heard that one because that was great. I wish it made a return for this season. But yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
the mother of all omelets can't cry over every egg.
Can't fret over every egg, right?
Reeking the mother of
Well,
all omelets here, team.
just-
Can't fret over reeking the mother of all
If someone
omelets.
gets this as a reference to something, I'm very, very
Dota
curious.
2 is to destroy the enemy ancient. The goal of
That's
Dota
also a pretty
2
good
is
line, to be honest.
Destroy the enemy ancient. The goal
I do
of
feel
Dota
like I
2
use that
is to
line
destroy the enemy
in my
ancient.
games a bit.
You know, I think that's really useful because I believe that's the voice actually of renowned content creator Jenkins, who frequently has to end up saying that because he does a lot of Herald reviews. And, you know, sometimes you have to simply remind the viewers, you got to destroy the Ancient. It's not a death match.
Huh. Interesting. Okay, so it's a fast 2 for the Warden. That's good. He actually had no packet loss, went to the bathroom. How fast is a fast 2? A minute 2? That's inhuman, I'd say. If you're not at least 30 minutes in the bathroom, did you really go number 2? I'd say no.
This is not a joke from this man as well. You know, you can hear more of this on Jenkins' podcast here when he interviewed Alvaro about this issue, but...
Yeah, it's called Feces and Friends. That's the name of the podcast.
You know, that used to be my username when I was back in college. before Seeker started.
That makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense, yeah. Alright, let's see how those lanes go. We didn't talk about mid lane either. Ember versus Kunkka. This matchup used to be pretty Kunkka fair, but I think now with the sleight of fist buffs, Ember can hold his own much better.
Yeah. And slightly more damage absorbed on Flame Guard, right? Makes it that much harder for Kunkka to be able to break it. Even though, you know, he can just torrent an X mark and keep him at bay, I think it is that a little bit more of a threat. What's this torrent damage even? Yeah, it's really not too high.
No, the technique with Kunkka used to be like, I ignore Flame Guard, you know, Tidebringer you and hope to keep you away. Ember maxes Flame Guard, he hopes to kill you in the process. But now with the Sleight of Fist buffs, I think it's better just go for like the 1-3-1 build that is so popular on Ember. Because it's just such a strong spell. And that way you can last it much more effectively as well. Oh, he's gonna max Flame Guard. Okay, so he's going for the classic Kunkka build. Alright. Maybe the buffs to it mattered, maybe it's just because he thinks this is the better way to farm anyway. I think either is fine. It does make you a bit slower as an Ember though. You can't rotate as much with this Flame Guard build, you're more meant to like get early farm on the hero.
Yep.
And then you rotate a little bit later.
That's true. Although I would, you know, given that you have both of these psychopath supports on your team, again, kind of overlapping, I would hope that they would be able to set up something, if not ganking the mid lane, maybe one of these side lanes, you know, along with you, and that those points that you lack in the Syrian chains don't really end up mattering too much. We'll see, right?
Yeah. I'm curious, by the way, do you think they're going to see... What is your assumption? Are we going to see Cap hookshotting into a rolling bouldered Earth Spirit by accident?
That's a really good question, actually.
Yeah. I think yes, at least once. I think we're going to see it.
I think we're more likely to see Cap probably hookshot a Timber Chaining Timber Saw.
Oh, right.
To be honest.
There's two options.
Yeah, I'm just kind of thinking on who the heroes want to go on in fights, and I think Earth Spirit and Clocker will be more or less on the same page if they're going on different targets, but there's overlap on the supports. As right now, there's overlap on the damage onto the Grimstroke. Cap can't keep him inside the cogs for long, as First Blood is actually going to still go the way towards Pale Horse. He shows, and that Soul Assumption range is certainly no joke, even with that value point. Pale Horse going for the Sampler build is going to be rewarded for it.
Well done. Mid lane, though, they do kill Annihilate as well. The Warden rotates. There's the Scatter Blast, take away the Flame Guard from Rudy. He wants to commit for this Rudy kill. Goes into the high ground. Fairy Fire actually baited him out, and Rudy will live. Crow, though, still wants to skill on the Warden. Rudy considering a little bit more damage Sleight of Fist, but Crow does not have the Boulder Smash just yet, so they're going to hold off instead, giving a Salve to Rudy. There's been the nerf Salve, but it'll be enough to keep him okay in lane.
Bottom.
Good rotation by the Crow.
Pale Horse, maybe taking a bit of a beating. Realm already burned all the mana, however, and actually now Cap giving chase. Back onto Realm they will go. There's no mana, though, for the Visage, so they don't have to fear the Soul Assumption. With the stick, Realm might actually look to turn. Cap tanking a bit here of the wave, but not nearly enough damage here against him. Starting off with his early headdress, right? So lots and lots of regen. As there is eventually a kill top, it's Gremlo. He's had a very easy time here with both supports sparring, continuing to spar over from the mid lane, Crow and the Warden.
There's another advantage they consider when they put a Timber Saw, right? If he solos against literally any of these cores, he's going to win. Well, yeah, actually all of the cores, because they're all strength cores, so Timber Saw is a really easy game. That's why Gremlo is going for the Willing Death build, a build we don't see these days. Usually you almost always max Timber Chain, and especially in lane, you always put at least 1 point in Timber Chain.
He's on the run here, but it seems like, yeah, that reach over from Realm will put him down. Cap a little bit left for the battery. Assault is not going to get him here to safety underneath his tier 1 tower. Still quite tanky. Cogs, not good enough, unfortunately, for him, as the Grimstroke's auto attack will put him down. Another rotation towards the mid lane. The Crow is stacking, but he could go in for a rolling boulder here.
Annihilate. Yes, the X. There's a rolling boulder. Might. Oh, he only hits one. But the Spirit Bros could be in trouble. The Cookie actually misses, avoided by Rudy. Sleight of Fist in 6 seconds, and he dies to the Tidebringer before he can get it off. The Warden now chasing after Crow, so is Annihilate. There's the Tidebringer ready as well. Crow won't be able to survive the last shot from the Cap.
Yeah, and that's pretty rough, right? Our Spirit was rotating, hoping to get the first 2 charges on his urn to really start to enable his early game. Because obviously Gremlo does not need him top, right? So it's not like he's griefing his top lane for this. But unfortunately, that was a really good read there by KBU as the Warden parks himself there right in the mid lane. I think he must have just sensed that because the wards are here, right? They've really liked this particular cliff for wards so far this game for KBU. They've not really planted them anywhere else. But he just kind of knew, I guess. He kind of knew he'd be stacking and looking to gank mid lane. Yeah. And now bottom here is where Crow's going to continue rotating on through. Saving the life here of Pale Horse as they turn back onto Realm. That's Soul Assumption here doing good work. Second points, though, or second cast, not nearly enough, so they'll have to turn back for the Grimstroke, the much easier kill here. Rolling Boulder in a few more seconds should just about guarantee this one. But it is a lot of space created here, and he's really making them work for it. It's eventually down will go the Grimstroke.
Yeah, Capazal had the best of luck with those battery assaults. He keeps hitting the wrong target all the time, even when there's like only 2 targets. But it's been netting him some kills regardless because of his plays. Clock is very strong in the lane. Grimstroke was kind of weak against you,
Gremlo.
even with the...
I think he's got a kill here on the Sunlight.
Oh, he does. Timber Chain in the second. Or sorry, the Whirling Death. There we go.
Yeah.
1 point in Timber Chain, of course, allows him to dive a little more realistically. And actually got away with only 3 points in reactive armor for now, which might be his doom, though. Annihilate joins. There's the ghost ship ready. Gremlo. Oh, panic. Gremlo, what to do? Just
Tanked a little bit, quite surprisingly. Didn't die to the boat, for example, but eventually the captain's damage is going to be good enough. Bottom, there's still both of these Psycho supports down bottom. Realm is scouted, trying to cut his way out of the trees. There's a TP available now, scouted as well, but they're not scared of no Grimstroke. Maybe they should be, though. Perhaps they're going to be scared of the captain. Silence here is good enough to stop Annihilate from immediately pumping out the damage. That gives enough time for Pale Horse to get out of cast range of level 2X. Cap instead is going to have to take the death.
Yeah, but Cap gets off on these, so this is good. This is powering him up, to be honest. This death saved his teammates. Gremlo now rotates. Gremlo sees the Grimstroke. Now drops the chocolate.
No one's top, by the way.
A little more damage. Crow joins him as well. There's this Bubby. There's a fight going on mid as well, but Crow will be the first to die in this bottom fight as Gremlo chases after Realm. Now he's been silenced. Doesn't have many stacks of reactive armor just yet. It's only 7. Won't cover the Tidebringer. Neither will the Inkswell. Realm still has the Chaos Bolt. Gremlo's stunned. One more hit will do the trick. Gremlo's dead.
Yep, over in the river as well. Cap's been caught here by Sunlight. DD Rune as well, active for Sunlight. As Cap looking to run. Rudy, though, having TP'd home and Remnant back, is ready for some fighting. Unfortunately, it's a 1v4 situation. He finds himself in a Sleight of Fist. A Remnant up to the high ground. Sniped here by the Ink Stroke, or the Stroke of Fate, however. But Annihilate there is still going to be able to collect the kill. Cut him off with the Torrent. Really know where Rudy could go, unfortunately.
Good ghost, but you know, like a good attempt to avoid everything with that Sleight of Fist. It's pretty impressive, but there's only so much you can last against 4 heroes. We're just running at you now. KBU understands. They saw the crit post and they thought, we'll just fight all the time, and who cares about assists?
They really are fighting all the time. Pale Horse does go top lane. He's the first hero top for a couple of minutes, and is going to be rewarded with a bit of farm as he has his finished Vlads flying over to him now. So once again, right, it seems like he's kind of been shifted over to a little bit more of a utility role, and I'd expect Rudy to go for some more damage items here after the phase boots.
Yes, does he? The Corrosion's been so popular in these days because it goes so well with Sleight of Fist. And I feel like it goes well with Familiars as well.
I don't know. Now they see him. I don't know if these guys can kill him.
Yeah, they do.
They don't have Pit of Malice, so it's kind of difficult.
Well, they do that. They certainly can't.
Oh, and they took down one of his Familiars. That hurts. He doesn't have the... He's got 1 still, but he's obviously missing basically half of his damage now for another minute.
Yep. He feels... did that... Oh, Pale Horse? They're actually coming in. There's the Pit of Malice. Inkswell on top of this. Pale Horse will avoid the Inkswell, actually. The Mortimer's Kiss will just finish him off, though. No need for Sunlight to actually join here, as Gremlo wants to punish the Warden, sees the better opportunity to go for Sunlight instead. Rudy also chasing after him. There's a Courier in the midst, and Cap will make sure that Courier gets dealt with, as Sunlight will fall to Gremlo's damage. We just need 1 more Whirling Death. No mana. Rudy instead will take it with auto attack.
Yeah, and they get his Courier as well, as you said, which is just a little bit of nice extra bonus.
Oh, no, Cap.
They do rotate everyone away from this bottom push, however, over on the side of Arkosh. They had a pretty nice push going, where they had like 3 heroes hitting tower. Now Pale Horse is going to end up going back to that lane. In retrospect, he probably should have stayed there, considering that was the lane he wants to be in anyway at the stage of the game. But no matter, Gremlo in trouble. Boat will hit Torrent, and the lockdown is just about perfect. Perfect enough there for Annihilate to collect now his 6th kill this game. Oh, Kunkka is going for a little bit of just a little bit of a throwback build, right? Starting off with the Vessel.
Yeah, it's still viable these days, but you're right, we don't see it very much.
Yeah.
Very good against Timbersaw, though. Good against Earth Spirit as well. High strength game, so is Clockwork. It doesn't tick down Visage, though, right? It doesn't affect his Great Cloak.
I'm not sure. I'm really not sure.
Because ever since they changed it to magic damage, but I'm pretty sure it's not enough.
Might be. On Vessel it might be. On Urn it's not, for sure. But on Vessel it might be.
Anyway, I think it's mostly for the Timber, obviously, and then the 2 strength cores there, so it's a pretty good idea. I like it from Annihilate. He's an old school player, so he plays with old school builds. Like it. CK, though, will have to pick up the slack when it comes to being the big core, but he's going for Armlet, so he's already looking pretty strong.
Yeah, and CK definitely a hero that has no, pitfalls with damage output, right? Especially when there's no bespoke CK counter, nothing like, I don't know, a Grimstroke, what else, like kind of just wrecks his illusions. Your CC is not like the best either. I guess Grimlow's pretty good at nuking them early, but eventually they'll tank up a bit more of those illusions, and that's when it becomes problematic. Sunlight does trap the Visage.
There's the hook shot, though. The Warden is now stuck. Can't use the Mortimer's Kiss with Batteries all on top of him. And he's going to go down despite a good soulbind that crushes Gremlo for a little bit. They might all get actually attacked by the boat. It's only Cap who dies. Rudy's here. Reinforcements ready. Gremlo trying to avoid Annihilate. Gremlo, though, being taken out by the Spirit Vessel. Annihilate still has that other charge. And that's going to stop the healing from Gremlo. Even with a Timber Chain, he's not getting out. Firestorm will finish him off. Rudy trying to run amok, creating chaos here. Rudy deciding he has to retreat with the nice series chains to make sure that Pale Horse also can. There is a Fiend's Gate though. Pale Horse walks right by it. The Chaos Bolt will hit him. And with the physical damage, Pale Horse will be destroyed.
Yeah. They killed the highest value hero there. Did they get his familiars as well? I don't see any familiars on the map. No, here they are.
Yeah.
Here they are. They're heading top lane now. So that's good. He keeps his familiars alive, which again is essentially the hero at this state of the game. Yes, they farm much faster when you can give the Soul Assumption buff, or pardon me, the Grave Chill buff, but he's still active on the map, fortunately. That should be the target for KBU, to be honest. Yes, killing the Visage is good, right? But if you can take down his familiars, he's absolutely useless, and he just feels awful. So,
yeah, especially because of the build he's going for, right? Like, we've seen the Hawk go for like the Orchid builds or the AC builds, for example, which are a little bit more, gives you more independence. But this like Aura Carrier build, which we see Meke do on Liquid, it's lackluster as a carry. Yeah. Like you're more a utility carry than anything else.
Yeah, certainly would expect the Ember to be given the lion's share of farm, to be honest. Although he's still playing like up and aggressive. They're still kind of playing more akin to where position 1 and 2 would be expected to farm at this stage. With Ember still farming pretty aggressively, right? Pushing aggressively. That's something this hero can still do. So I think this is just Arkosh distributing the farm well. I've got nothing against that. Fighting bottom, by the way, even more as Gremlo in trouble, completely controlled despite some decent spells out from Crow. He does roll to cancel the Warden's Kisses, but the damage has been done already. He's going to grant Annihilate a double kill. He's really getting up there now, 9-1 and 4 so far on the Kunkka.
Yeah, if Gremlo dies, I hear that it's contractual that Crow has to die with him because they're bubbies.
They are
right?
bubbies.
So, they are bubbies. I feel like Gremlo's been completely cancelled though. Hasn't been able to get a Hooded Defiance in good timing. Now it's 14 minutes. It's really late for that Hood, and you really needed that to survive against this Kunkka's early aggression. The Spirit Vessel was the last nail in the coffin. Usually, by the time the enemy team gets Spirit Vessel, you're finishing up your Yules, ideally at least. But not the case this game, and he's been cancelled for quite a while before that Yules comes out.
Yep. Rudy is...
You might just need to go BKB straight up. Like,
I agree. I don't know what else he can really reasonably kind of go for this game because he's just kind of getting destroyed. I think there's way too much magic damage as well. They've got the max Firestorm now ready to go with a Rod of Atos that is completed now and is going to be flying his way for Sunlight. That's really scary as well for Ember, but he's also still just making headway into this BKB. He needs more time though. He does not have the Maelstrom to really amp his farm speed. Fights are going to be looking pretty hard here, to be completely honest. Although, if the Warden is scouted here, could be a free pick-off. Pale Horse is the one instead who is going to be scouted as Realm looks to close the gap. That's a good initiation there by Crow, and in fact, they're going to throw the stuns over to him. Sunlight's going to show up now as they lock down Rudy with the Soulbind, silence him up. He's going absolutely nowhere. They don't get exactly who they came for. They let Pale Horse go and instead pick up the bigger fish, which is the Ember Spirit.
Yes, much too Pale Horse's chagrin here. But at least he was farming. Well, at bottom lane, they catch Gremlo once again. This time he has Hood, but Spirit Vessel makes that Hood look like nothing.
Towers denied
Still
as well.
not max reactive armor. Yeah. Not that it matters against this magical damage.
They deny the tower as well, which is just like a slap in the face at that stage for Gremlo, right? I mean, that bonus goal, he worked so hard. They fight top, and then there's somehow still 3 TPs ready to kill him. That's really rough for him. He's having a tough game.
Yeah. Gremlo. As Timber saw, you have to change your itemization, I feel, a lot when you're playing from behind, because it's just not how you play the hero usually. And you have to start playing with inefficient items that just give you power spikes that we suggested. You know, the BKB is a good idea. Obviously, the E-Blade that we've seen from No-Till in that one major final was also a really good idea when he was playing the carry Timbersaw. That kind of itemization is what allows you to still be relevant in the game. As Ember caught again. Rudy has been rooted.
Really
Rooted,
nice.
Rudy.
That's really, really nice. The Rod of Atos, not so much reveal, because that was the second cast.
Caught Realm.
Oh, that's a catch.
He caught Realm, and Realm was gonna be solo killed here. Well, that's not true. That's solo kill. He's been found alone and then killed by 3 heroes. But you know, numbers advantage.
Numbers advantage.
Good job, Cap. Good hook shot.
Very good hook shot, but KBU are going to smoke up and look to rotate a little bit for more. Arkosh, they can farm here confidently because they've got great wards covering. Now they know the smoke is here because they have put down that ward, and the warden is going to take a couple of those wards for prisoner. Ember is back alive. There's no realm for 20 seconds, and they've lost the vision here for KBU. Actually, they've gained the vision. So that might embolden them to go up the hill, and it will. But I just feel like Arkosh are still the stronger team, even if they're under wards.
Nope. I don't think so. Well, at least KBU doesn't think that. And Gremlo certainly is not going to prove to be stronger. Here comes Crow. For my puppy! As he attacks, great boulder smash to the cogs. Also trapping poor Sunlight here. Ghost Ship, though, will help him. A little bit of resistance. Cap, unfortunately, will be finished.
He hookshot the bird.
Still tries to finish up Sunlight. There's the use of the Fiend's Gate. Any stun, anything. They do have the Stone Form. And that's going to be enough to at least get the kill on the enemy offlaner. But they did lose 2 supports in Gremlo.
Yeah, and Gremlo bought back for that as well. So doesn't really get anyone more than just the basically the offlane, right? The Underlord and the Grimstroke. So not too great for them. Cap, I think, would have had that kill, which would not have necessitated the buyback there of Gremlo, but unfortunately, Avo, we were both wrong. Of all the things we thought he could hookshot, he hookshotted the Familiar in the middle of that fight.
We forgot about that one. Actually, that's a classic, because telling where the Familiar is kind of hard. You have to look at his shadow like you're playing like a 3D platformer, you know?
Yeah, actually, yeah, fairly true. Is that so, actually? Yeah, it's pretty similar. It's the circle, right? Good force staff there, but the Science will still catch the ward and he'll be killed.
Then again, I am not very good at this game, so maybe I'm wrong about that, but that's the technique I use.
Yeah, the shadow's just slightly off, right? But it's not a bad kind of way to think about it, to be honest, especially if your parallax is like really weird. There's a full vessel now for Crow, so at least they've got a vessel to fight back versus the Kunkka. He's got a full BKB, so he can just kind of shrug it off and ignore it, but you know, something to perhaps threaten him, at least give you a tool to get back into this game. Okay, Pale Horse is changing around his build. He had the Ag Scepter queued up. I had my doubts about that item. Back into the AC, which is the more traditional kind of the Hawk way of playing this hero.
Yeah. That's better. I think the Vlads was necessary, but I do like the AC much more. Because, I mean, you're already committed to Aura Carrier, right? I think if you swap to Ags, it's not going to work. Whereas if you just commit to this, Rudy can be your win condition. And I think that's
nice job, Cap taking a smoke, as he will perfectly catch a couple of heroes. X-Mark combo, he can give himself enough time. Kiss is even searching for further targets as I Annihilate cleaves off the creep for the kill.
You used 2 ultimates on him, not bad. I mean, that's probably the best case scenario for tanking the smoke. Clock is a very tanky hero, though.
Oh, and actually the smoke immediately broken by the Warden? Not really sure what the play was with this smoke.
Oh no, the warding fights. They missed the rolling boulder, which means they've lost their ward up in the high ground. It's time to retreat. Yeah. I don't think this is the play.
It's a bit rough. There we go, Crow. I guess they wanted to take advantage of this pretty kind of unique ward, right? Very unlikely to be dewarded unless like Arkosh smoke gank someone that's scouted by this one. I guess maybe that was the play. They only saw 2 heroes on the map. Fair enough. But the things that I do see for KBU are a little bit frightening here for Arkosh, or very hopeful for KBU, right? You're going to have 2 BKBs up here relatively shortly, even 3 actually. CK now has his flying his way. MMR Tourist Sunlight is only 800 gold away. So you've got a dual BKB right now at 20 minutes. I just don't see how Arkosh fight into this at the moment.
This completely nullifies the impact of the Timbersaw and the Air Spirit in the fights, right? And you rely on Visage and Ember, who are still not ready. We almost got BKB on Rudy, but I don't think that's going to be enough damage. He couldn't afford to go for the Maelstrom, which I think is the right build, but again, you just don't do anything in the fights right now. or you don't do enough damage. Sleight of Fist is not going to be sufficient. That AC is almost completely on Pale Horse. That might give him a fighting chance, however, against these BKBs. Not a huge one, but a fighting chance.
Not a huge one. They just get through his stacks of the
Yule's almost done in Gremlin.
of the cloak, and yeah, he could use the Yules now as he's TPing away. Brought back in. There's the roots, the stun, the boats, and a couple. Well, just the one ulti this time committed here for the kill into the Timber. Oh, two actually, because they do use the Fiend's Gate, and we'll be heading back top lane where they are picked up by the ward.
Is that number on the Fiend's Gate? Oh, was it always there?
No, that got added, thanks Jethill, a while ago. Rudy saw this coming. He's going to BKB up and still decide to kind of fight a little bit. He really wanted to farm that wave. Not sure if that ended up being quite worth it.
Structures are fortified.
Yeah. I'm not sure either. Rudy is like, I can't even take the bounty rune. That second would have killed me, and he, I think, was right, actually. Still has a Remnant available, so could potentially avoid this. Let's see if he calculates correctly. He does not. Tidal Wave sends him back. He's been silenced. Rudy dies. He thought he was being baited by the Kunkka there, probably.
Yeah.
And Kunkka did not bait.
No, he didn't.
Pros don't fake, right?
Pros do not fake, and straight into the Roche pit they will go, having, I still believe, not used a single BKB charge on any of these cores. Has Kunkka used his, actually? He has not, right? So, wow, it's still now it's even a trio of BKBs ready for KBU, backed up by this Aegis. Arkosh Gaming, they need to find like a perfect fight here at this stage. It's looking about impossible. Cap was thinking about making the psycho move of attempting to snap the Aegis, snatch the Aegis, pardon me. But the Snapfire, which is why I mixed up my words, was kind of blocking him, not allowing him to really easily find an angle. Well played there. The AC's finished, at least now for Pale Horse. And you can see how much this accelerates his pace of farm. Does do a lot more damage in these fights, but against the BKB targets, I just don't know if it's enough still.
Yeah, exactly. Especially when the enemy team has, good itemization apart from the BKBs as well, right? Like, we talk about CK BKB, but he also just reassembled his Echo Saber plus the armor, which is enough damage, right? Who was the other one? Actually, triple BKB. So Kunkka also has the Vessel, which is fine, and then the Underlord has the Athos. I think you're like more or less set. The BKBs are just an extra, whereas Arkosh has to rush them and lose their core items as a result.
Grim.
In the case of Timbersaw, there's no core items regardless of BKB or not, because he's just been cancelled this game.
With some pretty nice pathing through the trees here that I've attempted to highlight. He's, he's TP'd away. He did manage to cut one wave as they are fighting over in the jungle. Crow is going to be pulled back despite rolling very far away from that X mark. Still brought back to his death. Rudy missed the Searing Chain, so he's just going to remnant back out of this fight as Cap is going to hookshot onto a couple of creeps. Oh no, there's a Fiend's Gate coming in. And there's a catch here now onto the Pale Horse. They do interrupt, however, that Pit of Malice as Cap does his best to hold back the Kunkka to ensure Pale Horse and company can escape. Looks like at most they'll just get themselves here a familiar, but not too bad here for Arkosh Gaming. They do distract him from that tier 2 top push, so this is a little bit of space created here for the cores.
Unironically, Cap has perfected the art of dying, huh? He's genuinely.
And Realm is under vision here.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
It's hard, right?
They don't have the tools, though. Yeah,
he's got Aegis. There's a tier 1 up.
I mean, we see Crow going. Gremlo's just kind of testing the waters like Chakram.
Yeah, Rudy's in their triangle, just continuing to farm up. I don't even know if they have the damage, to be honest. He's real tanky, strength treads, armlets, Echo Saber, right? 3k HP with that thing active. It's kind of scary.
Yeah, I don't think you kill the CK. I mean, you can kill him maybe once, right? Like, really using all your resources, but like you said, with the Aegis, it's a moot point.
Now that Maelstrom is being queued up by Rudy, he's got enough gold now, at least for the Mithril Hammer, but again, he's going to really lack the resources to get this thing up for a bit longer. Crow is a madman. Just nukes the wave there with a Boulder Smash and pull combo, and he will be able to make it out. That cost 3, that did cost 3, what's it called, Remnants. So not cheap at this stage, but, and it didn't really do much. But whatever, it's a little bit of space. All these seconds might end up making just that little bit of a difference.
Oh, Gremlo. Oh no, the Torrent hit him in the top lane. I annihilate. So that's the X, but it's not gonna use it. The Yo's tricked by Gremlo, so he doesn't have Yo's. I don't know if they heard that though. Mortimer's Kisses, Gremlo walking through the trees, Gremlo created more space, there's the TP. Can they cancel it?
They got the
he realizes there's an X on him. So he's gonna die no matter what here.
Nice.
At least he cut the creep wave. Well done.
Yeah, it does cut the creep wave. A little bit more space. They've already gotten that tier 2 top lane, so they're probably not interested in going for high ground with this first stage. Yeah, I mean, the net worth lead is 11k, so it wouldn't be the craziest move from KBU if they kind of sense that. But now with Maelstrom up on Ember, there's finally some damage. Of course, the biggest problem being that there's still this triple BKB to contend with that's going to ignore a lot of that.
Radiant are scanning.
Oh, and a Fiend's Gate.
Oh, but the physical damage is increasing for the Wizards, right? Oh, as I say this, Pale Horse is dead. I believe with the Ink Sword they also catch Cap, 2 for 1 at the Arkosh supermarket today.
Yeah, they pull them all in there. They do force the BKB, at least of Sunlight. It's something, right? No one else pops BKB. I Annihilate as well as Realm here. I believe, I don't know, was it Shell Silverstein? You know, BKB, for sale, BKB never used, right? You only get half value on it still, but you know, at least it's something here for them. Rudy with a nice dodge. Oh, there's the shard online though for the Warden as they look to maybe try and turn on this. Annihilate nearby is going to summon the Ghost Ship, which will catch Crow, but Rudy is not going to be caught by this one. Crow trying to escape is hit by the root, but it still rolls all the same. And he is going to roll himself to safety, so it's just simply a pickoff there onto the Snapfire. Not bad at all here from Arkosh. Oh, but Realm has comes. Good, Rudy. Yeah, he just has to BKB.
Good BKB. Yeah, he's fine, he's fine. Even trying to searing chains him. You know, Pale Horse is back soon. We see a next from Annihilate just to come back with full HP. Could Arkosh force a fight? I think the answer is no, but you know, they might just try. But now it seems like they're playing real Dota though, Richie. They're actually cutting lanes, trying to delay this game as much as possible, hoping that Pale Horse will find the farm.
Yeah, and it's only the one tier 2 tower here with the first Aegis. They're very likely to get the second. As Crow does manage once again to get uphill, but it'll be brought back there by the X mark and killed off 3-second stun. Even the tidal wave for Annihilate, just in case he receives a little bit of healing.
He couldn't even choose where to die, man.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
The ultimate disrespect.
Radiant's bottom tower
Really?
is under
He's
attack.
want to die in
There?
the high ground there.
I'm gonna go up to the high ground here.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, fair enough. With now the Egg Scepter, so this is very much the new Make Water Kunkka. Welcome to Kunkka's Water Park. They've caught Cap trying to sneak around the map. Force Staff at least it makes them a little bit harder to kill, but Annihilate will catch him still all the same. Beyond Godlike now the Kunkka 14-1-11. As BKB is now finally popped by Realm. Gremlo and Rudy were starting to do some damage.
Yeah, yeah, ping that. Ping that for Gremlo.
Oh, what did he pick?
Good little timber chain. Did you not see that?
No.
He like timber chain trying to go up to the high ground but hit the tree right next to him. And now they're pinging him because like probably saying, Gremlo, how are you so bad at timber chain?
Pale Horse is cutting waves here with his familiars. He's got more to summon, and he's gonna give 200 gold to Sunlight for free. What a guy.
Yeah.
Oh, he wants level 18. Oh, he's so close. Oh, he's 1 XP away from getting level 18. So he didn't want to resummon level 2 familiars because they don't level up. You need to summon them at the current level. So that's why. Yeah. I mean, I guess.
There we go.
I guess that's worth 200 gold, but that sucks.
Radiant's courier.
Look, at this
has been
point,
killed.
like the gold, 200 gold is not going to make a difference, right? As much as you can get out of the map, you're just trying to recover. Look, they're going for a smoke. Arkosh, a Hail Mary smoke.
Playing Dota.
They're playing actual Dota right now. Yeah, they believe they still have a chance. Now, we'll see if this belief is warranted.
If it's founded in reality or not. Based in reality, you might say.
Yeah, but reality is but a construct, right? And Gremlo's not with him because he doesn't believe in their construct of reality.
That's very true. And now Realm can pierce reality. Oh, no, he didn't take the talent. He took Chaos Bolt instead. Yeah, that's curious. Hookshot misses.
I guess you're winning.
So that's about that.
By so much.
There's going to be no kill here onto Sunlight. He's not the best target anyway, but that was the only one they saw on the map here for Arkosh. Now they're a little bit confused. They don't know if they want to go in or not. And, well, Annihilate's not going to give him the choices. He's going to initiate onto Cap. Pale Horse as well. It's caught in the Pit of Malice. Pulled back, but the stun at least is good from Pale Horse. Realm BKB's up. Pale Horse does have himself the shard, which buys him a little bit of time as the fight breaks out around him. He's still going to die as soon as he comes out, though, from his Gravekeeper's Cloak active. His familiar suffering the same fate as Rudy. That's Gremlo pulled back into his death. And now Rudy caught here by a 4-second stun into the Pit of Malice. 4 dead there for Arkosh. Fight breaks apart for them. That should be KBU just kind of marching it down mid.
Yeah, in fact, they want to teleport down mid or down top, apparently, as that's faster. And they actually find Crow in the process. Delivery for you, sir. Warden is ready. Misses the Scatterblast, actually. The cookie as well. but Crow will be sent back next to the tidal wave, now disarmed, then killed.
They got buybacks.
As the Underlord actually does his job and pushes up top.
Yeah, they've got buybacks, but things at this stage are looking mighty desperate now for Arkosh.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
Yeah, I don't know if they make it back into this, but Arkosh never gives up, right?
No, quite famously, right?
Dire's top
Yeah, that's what they're known
That's
for.
what they're known
actually.
for.
That's how they won the Kiev Major.
Until Pale Horse says calls GG, then they give up.
Right. Arkosh never gives up. Pale Horse says to give up.
They're still on the fence about that one.
Yeah, exactly. He's not entirely part of that statement.
Well, there's solo smoke from Cap that's going to allow him to at least kind of get around the rest of KBU. But KBU playing this one very patiently. Arkosh took a couple of games off of some teams that ended up really making a difference last season for those teams' chances at promotion or relegation. They did condemn, I want to say it was felt to tiebreakers, simultaneously.
Yeah.
So, yeah, the people are... this is like the gatekeeper to Div 1 so far right now, this Arkosh team, and KBU very interested in making a run for that Div 1 promotion alongside Alpha, as KBU are currently 2-0. Alpha did rise to 3-0 yesterday.
It does seem to me like Arkosh's only purpose in this world is create misery, and they're trying to accomplish this here. As they try to win a fight here against High Annihilate. Activates the BKB though, hard to kill him now. High Annihilate tanking through all this damage. They've already gotten rid of Pale Horse, and now Crow. In fact, Crow and Rudy both die. Mortimer's Kiss is raining down, not even needed, as Gremlin will be terminated in a matter of seconds. Rudy comes back. But Reality Rift will make sure to keep him in place. They need a Chaos Bolt to get a silence though, but the Chaos Bolt still hits apparently as Rudy is now rooted. Rudy will once again fall. Scatter Blast to send Pale Horse back. They got rid of his cloak, so Pale Horse is dead too. Cap will join him, and Pale Horse will be the one for the last time to throw GG.
Yep. Cap has got a hook shot on 4 seconds, but his Ancient's going to explode before that. He just increases his net worth a little bit by picking up the salve. Good move there, making sure he pads his stats so he's not kicked from his managerial role.